In this video we are going to look at this Minolta X-700 35mm film SLR camera. This is one that actually makes use of the MD lenses, of which this is the MD 50mm f1.7, and it's got the locking aperture ring that locks it at minimum aperture. I believe that's used by the program mode on this camera, and I've got it turned on here to the beeping setting just so I can demonstrate that the beep works. And now I'm going to turn it on to the silent mode so it doesn't do that. And then we'll just look at here, stepping down through the shutter speeds at 1/1000, 1/500, 1/250th, 1/125th, 1/60th, 1/30th, 1/15th, 1/8th, 1/4th, 1/2, and we can also note while we're doing this that the lens is stopping down as it's supposed to. 1 full second, and then there's the bulb mode, and I'm going to remove the lens and we'll just watch the mirror flip up, and we can see that it's staying open back to the pressure plate as long as I hold the button down. So that all looks good. This camera also has a self-timer, and I'm going to flip this up here and start it, and we can see here the light blinking, and as it gets closer to time it starts blinking faster, and then it activates, so that part works good. If I move over here, we've got the exposure compensation set, and we can set that. We can also adjust the ISO or ASA, as we used to call it on this ring over here. Set that to 400 was a typical value. Little bit of wear on the camera, not real bad, but it's used. I think it's about 35 years old. If we open it up here, we can watch the shutter operate. If I have it on, I had the self-timer still activated. So here we go. And you can see the film transport's working over here. That all looks good. Pressure plate looks good on the back. I do notice that there's some stickiness along the door edges. A little bit of residue printing over from light seal material. It doesn't look real bad, and it would probably work as it is, though if you're planning to shoot a lot of pictures you might want to get those light seals replaced. But door closes properly, good rewind crank. And then let's take a look at the lens here while we have it off. Nice smooth focus. That's all these Minolta lenses just always seem really smooth, so that's very nice. We unlock the aperture ring. Nice clicks on all the spots. You can see the blades opening and closing, and if we have them stop way down, very quick and snappy, which is really good. I see a little bit of distress right here. Probably made a little impact with something right there, so we can see that. I did notice there are some specks inside. It's not real bad, but I don't think it's fungus, but I do see some internal dust and a few specks. So it's not a perfect lens, but it would work well, I'm sure. Mounts back on the camera properly. I don't have a lens cap for it, but I do have a this 49mm skylight filter that fits, so that will ship with it so that it is protecting that front element. A few more things we should check out here, I think. Oh yeah, this camera has a little neat shutter blind strung onto the strap here, and that's for when you're taking pictures with the tripod and your eye isn't right up to the back here. Stray light can enter in there and interfere with the meter readings, but if we put this little blind on here, then that prevents that from happening. So you always have that with you, right on the strap. It is a genuine Minolta strap. It's got the Minolta name here on the pad, and it's got a little thing for a little case for holding an extra set of batteries. So you can always carry extras with you, because this is an all electronic camera and it will not work without batteries. All in all, a fairly good example of the X-700. It's a little bit dirty, and it by design it has a lot of sharp corners and areas where dirt can get in, so if you really wanted to take time and detail it with Q-tips and toothpicks and whatever, you could probably get all that out, but I'll leave that for the new owner.